Hello everyone, we're going to be covering the Bughouse World Championship in the Challenger section. So here we have, let me just double check the score. Okay, so we have levi223 and Donerom versus Ilikebughousee and jakbooks. I started a little bit late here. It looks like the current score is 2-1 favoring Ilikebughousee and jakbooks. That king was going for a bit of a run. Middle of the board there. Would have won King of the Hill. Maybe it wouldn't have won the King of the Hill. Maybe it didn't get past the center of the board. Not sure. Okay, so we are in the single elimination portion of the tournament. We're in round 2. So these teams have all won one round. So Black trying to continue with his attack. On the right board here, Donerom seems reasonably safe, even though his king is on f2. He has plenty of the key squares covered. Levy on the run a bit. I think pawn at f3 is pretty good. If the queen goes away, then this other queen can take the bishop. Here, I think you just go rook over. It's too dangerous to take the knight. Oh, maybe not. I mean, knight check. Knight could take. Maybe he could take the knight. The rooks could guard each other. But the most natural move is just to go rook over. If he can get a rook, actually, it's mate. And he does get a rook, so knight check, rook in. Mate for Levy. Hey, Bella. Okay, so our current score is 2-2. We're all tied up. I believe this round is first to 11. I'm not certain of that. It might be first to 15. So a lot of material has traded. Ilikebughousee seems to be the one attacking here. Especially he can take that queen with initiative. That's very important. He can ignore this bishop as long as he can continue checking. And he can ignore this queen, again, as long as he has check. This is a great move, because now he can take the queen with check. And this is even better. Probably has mate. Let's get another piece on the board. Guard some key squares. I think rook check is potentially good. Rook check, king over. Maybe he just takes this twice. Pawn takes, bishop takes. That seems reasonable. He could bring the bishop in. Levy definitely wants to keep initiative. Losing initiative would be death. jakbooks slightly down on time, waiting for material. So maybe Levy is just waiting until his partner gets safe. Right now, queen can't come here. This is covered. Trying to get rid of the queen. If this bishop isn't doing anything, it could swing back. Now the rook is guarding the back rank. Donerom would like to get on initiative again. Maybe knight check could be a way to do that. Knight check, bishop takes, pawn takes. If king over, a rook would mate. But he's probably thinking defense. Since the queen is here, another possibility is just pawn takes pawn. If bishop takes back, new knight in. Bishop takes, knight takes, take queen. I'm sure Donerom is coming up with a plan while he's sitting. Okay, so this attacks the queen. Oh, Levy actually didn't check. I think that was a big mistake. So Levy's made it now. This vacates the square so that something can come to e3, this knight check. So I think you probably want, yeah, the queen there. Rook can come in, or you can take the bishop first. He's just bringing the queen in. Yeah, this is pretty good. Rook check. That was not the place to put the rook. Now he doesn't have mate unless he gets another rook. If he'd put the rook here instead, he could take the pawn, then rook takes bishop, and then the queen would come here. So Ilikebughousee did not do that precisely. He needed another queen. Luckily his partner had his back, brought another queen to him. So I like this game, yep. Alright, so our current score is 3-2, now favoring Ilikebughousee and Jack Brooks. Okay. This knight move, cutting off the bishop. Ilikebughousee seems to have a good structure, defending all these key squares. I'd take with pawn, yep. Jack Brooks hasn't developed these bishops, so a little bit unsafe. Trying to continue with initiative here. This is a great bishop move. Probably just sack the queen. Get another piece in play. Weakens the dark squares. Don't like this move. Just take it. Pawn is better on g6 than on e6. Now the bishop is hit. So this looks like a pretty good construction for Jack Brooks. He's keeping his king safe. Now he's going for initiative. Doesn't worry about that rook. Rook doesn't matter. Bishop probably was better on b4 than c3. The knight could jump in later. Okay. It's mate by Ilikebughousee. But Jack Brooks had a good position too. I think with more precise moves, Jack Brooks could have made it. So our score is 4-2 favoring Ilikebughousee and Jack Brooks. So Donerom has a bit of a cramped position. His light squared bishop can't get out. His dark squares are weak. Jack Brooks is going to exploit this. Knight is good. He's just going to continue moving. That's reasonable. He could sack and then knight back. That's a terrible move. Now the queen guards. Let's just sack a piece for 0 compensation. Ilikebughousee has a pretty good position though. His partner could feed him. This queen might come. All of a sudden Levy is safe. I like that Jack Brooks is bringing his rook in using his existing pieces. This knight is loose. I would just grab e6. I think better to grab it with the knight before. This is still reasonable. I like this move a lot. Queen can't take, because this is double covered. Now you can have a knight come in, potentially. You could also take this pawn. That I don't like. Okay. I like Bughouse's grabbing a queen with initiative. I think you can grab the queen with initiative. This is another way to do it. Queen can come in here, queen check, then knight takes queen. And your king is safe. There's a mate threat. So rook is good for I like Bughouse. Rook seems forced. Oh, and that mates for his partner anyway. I like Bughouse is safe. He's going to continue to move, probably bishop in. I think bishop at f6, a little more precise. But this is fine. Pawn takes pawn. Yeah, he needs to make up a few seconds, but it should be fairly easy. Trying to get check here. So that's a win for the Jack Brooks team. Our score is 5-2. I like Bughouse losing a pawn in this opening. Jack Brooks asked for a pawn. Not sure why. On a knight. Okay, he wants to attack these weak light squares. Like Bughouse picks up a queen, but his position is somewhat unsafe. Rook could swing over. I don't like this. It cuts off the bishop. This bishop is basically a glorified pawn now, although it does defend f2. Levy up time? Not quite. So knight takes knight is forced there. Jack Brooks has a fairly safe king. So if knight takes knight, pawn takes, threatening pawn takes rook, threatening knight in. A lot of threats. Yeah, I'll just grab that rook. Then you could put a knight here first. Knight check. That's pretty good. To the pin. Knight takes bishop possibility. But he would like his partner to back rank mate. So yeah, Jack Brooks could just stall there because he's up time in the diagonal clock, and that's a chessmate. My score now 62, favoring Jack Brooks. I like Bughouse. So Levy did not develop his king's bishop. His king is in a lot of trouble. Rook is quite good for I like Bughouse. The good news is the knight currently guards. Bishop check would be good to get this knight out of the way. So once the knight falls, new knight can come in here. Oh, maybe not anymore. Oh, what happened? There's a resignation, I guess. What? What is going on? I think they accidentally started a game. They're starting a game in the random pool with not their opponents from the match. Now we're back to the match. Our score is 6-3, favoring Ilikebughousee and jakbooks. Okay, Ilikebughousee developed his king's bishop. That's good. Knight is on a good square. I like this pawn push. So jakbooks gonna have to defend a castled king. Donerom trying to get his rook involved. Jakbooks wants a diagonal for g3. Okay, knight lands there. Queen's on offer, but he wants to keep checking. Pawn mates now. Yeah, I think he had to go. Well, if he went up, a knight would mate. So it was tough in any situation. That's mate in one. Nice mate by jakbooks. My score 7-3. Favoring jakbooks and Ilikebughousee. Jakbooks picks up an extra pawn in the opening. And Ilikebughousee loses a pawn. Oh, this is a lot of material. There's mate for Levy. Knight check. Bishop takes, queen in. Levy misses the mate. Now the knight guards this key square. That's mate. Yeah, he had to take with his knight. I guess maybe he was still mated. Take with knight. Knight check. The bishop. Yeah, he was still mated, no matter what she took with. Yeah, when the queen came early on, it was just too much. So our score now 7-4, favoring Ilikebughousee and jakbooks. I always find the type of position jakbooks has very hard to defend. Like eventually you fianchetto your bishop, and usually you see a pawn push. They try to get their rook involved. I like this pawn push. Queen helps defend, rook helps defend now. Ooh, I don't know about king over. A little bit sus. Although this is sus as well. That's mate. Queen in. It's mate. So jakbooks just needed to make up 1 second, which he does. Our score now 8-4, favoring Ilikebughousee and jakbooks. I don't know why Ilikebughousee keeps allowing this. Allowing the pawn to take g7, and his king is not happy. Now he's coming into light squares. These pawns can land on e6 fairly easily, supported by a whole bunch of pieces. So a rook mates for Donerom. Partner is trying to get one. Don't think that was the way. Knight check would have been good before. So he's putting the vice grip on here. Knight mates. Going for this knight. And they're up 5 seconds. If the knight moves away, bishop can take this other knight. So knight seems forced here. 8-1 for Ilikebughousee. They're saying they have to win 12 games in the chat. I don't think that's true. His previous rounds were first through 11. The question is whether this round is more. If it were more, it would be like 15, but I think this round is still to 11. I don't know though. I am not the arbiter for the challenger section. I am the arbiter for the open section. I'm not certain what they were told. Right now this bishop guards this key square. Okay. Donerom has survived the onslaught. Don't like this knight move. Doesn't really accomplish much other than guard this knight, but he had bigger problems. Knight could be good. But I guess more importantly, Ilikebughousee has a nice attack over here. Could see rook in the back. I don't like rook here. Rook at c8 would have been more precise. This is an interesting move. So if queen takes, we can take this, get in a bit of tempo. Although now the queen is coming after this diagonal. Can you take this? Maybe not, because rook would take. But if pawn would take, you'd be very happy. Levy probably wants a rook. Okay, jakbooks gets mate. Right now, score 10-4, favoring jakbooks and Ilikebughousee. And again, I believe it's first to 11, but it might be first 15. I hate this pawn push. Now your dark squares are weak for the rest of the game. Rook mates for Levy. Ilikebughousee attacking these dark squares. Going after the queen. Could have taken the bishop. If pawn takes, you have knight in. But he's going after this queen. Rook still mates for Levy. Maybe down a little bit of time. So they're trying to attack with initiative. I don't think that accomplishes much. Ilikebughousee has switched to defense. I don't think he can defend this. I think Levy gets the win here. Bishop mates. It didn't mate in one, but did mate soon. Queen over here was also mate. Or queen up. Didn't need another queen. I scored 10-5, favoring Ilikebughousee and jakbooks. Oh, he just missed mate. Queen check and take. Immediate mate for Ilikebughousee, which would have been a match win in mate. So, big miss for Ilikebughousee. I assume we take this. I would try to get this knight out of here. Now knight mates. Okay, never mind. I think we take that. Rook comes in. Step up. Takes. This king is not looking happy. So levy uptime. Even knight at e2 looks kind of fun, since he has nothing to defend with. But I think he's going to wait till his partner's a little bit safer. Okay, queen in with no blocker. Oh, blocker came. That's unfortunate. You can still play knight at d2. Threaten this. Another possibility is just go after this queen with knight at g5. Ilikebughousee probably wants a knight. Well, Jack Brooks has a good attack. Queen would mate. Okay, not anymore. And bishops are still quite good. Or pawns. He takes the material for his partner. Ilikebughousee sacks his queen. I don't like this knight move, although it does help guard. So maybe not terrible, but I don't think you have time for that. Let's not check. Bishop in. Needs to mate for sure. Bishop check. Rook in his mate. And keep in mind, like 30 moves ago, Ilikebughousee had mate in 2. So that was a throw. I think it's some overstatement, not a throw, but big blunder. So our score 10-6, favoring Ilikebughousee and Jack Brooks. Hate this move. Permanent dark squared weaknesses, which was outcome determinative last game. Bishop check is good. Here's some of these weaknesses. Don't like this move. Okay, well he's getting in on levy. I think you promote to knight here. This might work too. Still think you promote to knight. But new knight in is actually pretty good. They're actually moving the knight and saving knights for later. That's to sack his queen. This should be mate for Ilikebughousee. There's too many weak squares. Queen in. Maybe not. Maybe. What about queen here? New knight in, I think. Yep. New knight in again, potentially. Also, can you get away with taking this knight? Okay. I like what he's doing here. Using his distant pieces with the pawn push. Okay. 11-6. I think that's it. They're saying one more and they're continuing. I'm not going to stop them. But I thought it was first to 11. They seem to think it's first to 12, which is not a thing. Levy has sacked. I don't think this sack is going to work out for him. Ilikebughousee is very safe unless the queen comes. Jack Brooks has a pretty nice attack. Forcing a rook trade. Rook check. Rook takes pawn is potentially a thing. Now it's a winning thing. Yeah, so rook's going to win for Jack Brooks. Rook check. King down. Rook takes pawn. Oh, wow. Okay. So he's gaining time. I think you just take this rook. That's mate him one. Rook check. This is the queen pin. So I scored 12-6. They're all saying GG's. I think it's over. I think final score 12-6. Let's put that in the chat. Say GG's in the chat. The favoring Jack Brooks and Ilikebughousee. All right. We need to find someone to raid. Check to see who's streaming. Looks like our friend Planet Chess Club is streaming. That's probably who we'll raid. But first, let's double check the chess category. See if we recognize anyone else. Looking for some chess variants, of course. Always prefer that. I don't see anyone playing chess variants. So we're going to go with our friend Planet Chess Club. I guess before I do that, I should talk a little bit about what's coming up. So, oh, did I misspell Challenger? What about that? Okay. We're going to raid Planet Chess Club. First, let's check the, see what's going on here. The winner of this match is going to play the winner of Electra Saul and Golden Buzzer versus Christopher Edler and 918 Evo. By the way, Christopher Edler has started streaming, so maybe he'll stream his match. I hope so. That would be a lot of fun. In the other bracket, we still have yet to see Tom Ray and Pearl the Dragon versus Heavenly Fraction and Plot and Pawn. I believe that will be Friday. I'm not going to be able to cover that match. Hopefully, Heavenly Fraction, who is Marie Chess, will stream the match. And we have Dill 1728 and Carl Der Kaler and versus Islartego Garoda and I am something. and I am Frosty. So those are the matches we have coming up. Let me double check the calendar to see if anything else has made it on the schedule. Right now, this is the only match on the schedule. Yeah, the other teams have not submitted it to the Google form, even if they have scheduled. So that's unfortunate. In the open section, we already know the final, the teams in the finals and the consolation match. The finals, we're double checking to see if the schedule fits because we do want to get some in-bed time to get more viewers from chess.com. It's potentially on February 24th, if that works, but we'll know within a few days. Probably Monday, we'll figure out whether that date works for the finals of the open section. Consolation match, not been scheduled yet. I'm having a problem that I can't seem to create a match, create a chat with the players, which I don't know why. Chess.com is kind of bugging out. Maybe someone has someone blocked. Anyway, I'm going to raid Planet Chess Club. Really appreciate everyone joining me. There wasn't much chat. We got a little bit of chat from Bella Martin. Thanks for the follow, Bella Martin. So Planet Chess Club, I've known for years from the World Open. World Open is a chess tournament in Philadelphia, usually the biggest chess tournament of the year in the United States. And since I'm from Philadelphia and I get, free lodging at my parents', I go most every year. Sometimes I get a bunch of Bughouse players to stay at my house. I go not to play chess, but just to play Bughouse in the Skittles room. Planet Chess Club frequently goes to the World Open to play chess, and he will play Bughouse for fun with us there. So I've played Bughouse with him many a time. After he started streaming, I also met up with him at TwitchCon 2019 in San Diego. We played a bunch of Bughouse there. So he's a great guy. Drop him a follow. Let him know you love Bughouse. All right. Thanks everyone for joining again. Have a great day, everyone. Bye, guys.